guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing another matcha video. Today I'm going to be talking about all of my absolute favorite matcha powders that are affordable and good quality. I have tried maybe over 30 to 40 different matcha brands, and today I have compiled all of my absolute favorite matcha brands ever. And for me, as someone who is pretty price conscious when it comes to matcha, because matcha can easily be very expensive, and especially with how much I drink matcha, it's not really cost efficient for me to spend $40–50 on one of those 30-gram tins. So I was really on a mission to find the best matcha powders that were good quality but also affordable for everyday use, whether it's for baking or whether it's for drinking and making lattes. A lot of the times, matcha powder, the cheaper it is, sometimes it means it's poor quality, sometimes it means it could be made in China, and a lot of matcha powders made in China are not processed correctly, and they're not shaded correctly or not grown correctly, so they may be really cheap, but the quality is definitely not on par to those grown in Japan. So the first matcha that I'm going to recommend to you guys is the Uji Matcha from Sugimoto. As you can see, it's offered in a pretty large size bag. I would say that for those who are maybe just getting introduced to matcha, maybe you don't like matcha that has too strong of a flavor, I would say the Uji Matcha might be a better choice for you. This is a pretty versatile matcha. I mostly use this nowadays for baking and for cooking because the grade is not as high, and the Uji Matcha, it does say culinary grade, so it is best for doing baked goods, and I'll put a link in the description box down below of all the different matcha recipes that I have featured on my channel, so you guys might be able to recreate them. And so when it comes to baking, I definitely recommend the Sugimoto matcha. I think that this matcha is really, it's a very vibrant green, but it's not the most vibrant like the ceremonial grade matcha. And it retails for about $45. So $45 for 227 grams is actually very, very affordable. I definitely recommend this most though when it comes to cooking and baking. I think you guys will have a good strong matcha flavor, and it's also really price efficient. The next matcha brand that I would like to talk to you about is going to be Ocha Ko, and this is their regular matcha. I've tried both their organic matcha and the regular matcha, and honestly, in my opinion, I think that the regular matcha, the inorganic version, is actually better than the organic version. I feel like the taste is a little bit stronger and has a little bit of a better umami flavor. This is slightly stronger than the Sugimoto Uji Matcha. The color is a slightly bit more vibrant, and I would recommend this for those who are maybe just trying out matcha and you want something a little bit stronger than the Sugimoto matcha. The one caveat that I do want to mention is that the Ocha Ko matcha does have a slightly bitter aftertaste over time, so you might have to compensate that with adding a little bit more sweetness. This is also a really, really good value. It's only $18 at Ocha Ko, but I will say that at Ocha Ko, they don't do free shipping, and I think you have to order over $100 to get free shipping. So for some of you who are unsure if you want to commit to that, you will have to pay for shipping. I believe Ocha Ko is also offered on Amazon as well, but you do have to pay a $6 shipping fee. So one thing that I do like about Ocha Ko's matcha is that it comes in a 100-gram size bag, which this size is actually perfect when it comes to those who want to drink every day. So for me, I pretty much use up 100-gram bags every month because I drink it every single day. And so for me, a 100-gram bag is perfect. So if you guys don't know, matcha is a very finicky kind of powder. Once you open it and it gets exposed to the air, it then becomes oxidized. So that's why it's really important to keep your matcha in an airtight seal and to store it in a dark and cool place. Otherwise, your matcha powder will go bad and the flavor will not be as good as when you first opened it. So I do think that this is another good alternative for those who do like to drink matcha every day and want a good, strong matcha flavor. The next product that I'm about to recommend is something that I'm actually very, very excited about. This is the brand called Matcha Sense. This brand offers premium ceremonial matcha at such a great value. It's honestly cheaper than a lot of the ceremonial matchas that you can find on Amazon, or even if you type it in on Google. So I have an example for you. This is a matcha that I bought on Amazon a while ago. It's the Jade Leaf Matcha. I believe this was $25 to $30, anywhere in that range. And it's pretty expensive. It's in a tin, it's 30 grams, so exact same as this. But this quality is so much better. The powder itself is extremely fine. You don't have to sift it actually. It's almost as if it's pre-sifted, whereas a lot of ceremonial matchas that I found on Amazon, I do have to sift it, which is just like an extra step. And making matcha lattes are already complicated enough, so if I have to sift, I mean, I know that's the normal process, but if I don't have to sip, that just makes the process so much better, which is another reason why I love the Matcha Sense powder. Honestly, when I'm comparing these two, I would definitely go for the Matcha Sense powder. It's literally ceremonial grade at a fraction of the price of what is offered by other companies. Especially if you drink matcha every single day like I do, or you really like a strong matcha flavor in your drinks, I really recommend the Matcha Sense. It's literally ceremonial grade. It tastes fantastic in lattes. You can really taste the richness and the nuttiness of the umami flavor of the matcha. And I'm really happy to say that I actually have a discount code with Matcha Sense, which is just Meredith 15, and you can get 15% off your order. And one of the best things about Matcha Sense is that they offer, as I previously said, how matcha goes bad after a certain amount of time, they offer Matcha Sense in a 30-gram bag, and they also offer it in a 100-gram bag. And on their website, you can buy 2 bags of 100 grams. This is primarily used for drinking because it is ceremonial grade. You can use it for baking, but I just think that that's kind of a waste in the quality of the matcha, and I think that for something of this high quality with how vibrantly green it is, you should reserve it for drinking instead of baking. So Matcha Sense is definitely my absolute favorite brand when it comes to making lattes, and on an everyday basis when it comes to me making my morning matcha lattes, I pretty much switch between Matcha Sense and Ocha Ko. Sometimes if I want a stronger flavor, I go for Matcha Sense. Sometimes if I don't want as strong of a flavor, I can go for Ocha Ko. It pretty much varies. One very last product that I would like to recommend is the Sugimoto Mizuki Matcha. I bought this myself because I was really curious what it tasted like. This is actually pretty expensive. This is $37 for a 30-gram tin. But I do want to mention that the powder is very fine, and I would not recommend this when it comes to making lattes. It is just far too expensive for that. This is more reserved, I guess, for like special occasions. If you are the type to just drink matcha with hot water the very much traditional way, I think if you're really into that and you really just want the flavor of the matcha powder itself, you can try the Sugimoto Mizuki Matcha, or you can also stick with the Matcha Sense Ceremonial Matcha and also use that traditionally by just mixing matcha with a little bit of water and sipping on that. And I do want to mention that in order for you to tell the quality of the matcha, the first thing you should know is that they definitely should be made in Japan. The second thing is you can tell by the color and the vibrancy of the matcha. The brighter green the matcha is, the better quality it is. The more yellowish and more brown that it is, that means it's been oxidized or it's the second or third pick leaves. So it's definitely not as fresh. If you are an experienced matcha drinker and if you drink matcha a lot, I would definitely recommend going for a 100-gram bag versus a 30-gram bag or tin, just because it's more cost efficient and it's better for the environment than purchasing several 30-gram bags. And it's gonna be fresher and you're gonna have a better experience with it. So these are all of the matcha brands that I highly recommend. I wasn't paid to say any of these, and these are all really just my own opinion. And I hope that you guys do end up trying these. And please let me know what you guys think of these different matcha brands. Please let me know, DM me, comment down below if you've tried any of these matcha powders and what you think of them, because I just really think that these are all of the best matcha powders for the price and the value. It's just so good, and I don't think any of you guys should be out there paying $40, $50 for a 30-gram tin, especially if you're drinking it every day. That's just too expensive and really not worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below what other videos you guys would like to see, and make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more videos about matcha, and I will of course be coming out with my matcha latte recipe and tons more recipes, so make sure you stay tuned to that. And make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram, which is @MereHeartsU, and my Twitter, which is @MeredithMao, so you can see behind the scenes of what I'm doing when I'm not making YouTube videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and I do hope that you guys end up trying any of the matchas that I have featured, and I will put all of them in the description box down below for you guys to check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!